I just thought that it would be so wrong to do a video talking about my locks or things that you need to know before locks and not have my locks showing. So Shalom everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Jehudia Israel, and in today's video I will be discussing with you 4 things you need to know before getting your locks. And as you see, I do have MICROLOCS. Right now I just have them covered because I'm in the middle of a retie. Okay, I'm in the middle of a retie, a much needed retie at that. But I just thought that it would be so wrong to do a video talking about my locks or things that you need to know before locks and not have my locks showing. So decided to have them showing. And if you see me look down, it's because I always, y'all, I go ahead and write my stuff down so that way I can stay focused and stay on topic and hit all the points that I wanted to make. So 4 things you need to know before getting locks. So let's go ahead and get right into it. Now this video is good. I think that it would be helpful for those of you that are thinking about getting locks, considering getting locks, just doing research on locks in general, or you may have seen someone with locks the other day and just was thinking like, oh my goodness, I think that I could have locks. Okay, I was the person who said in their life, I would never ever have locks. And here I am with MICROLOCS in my head, and I absolutely love them. But so if you're any one of those people, or that thought has ever crossed your mind, this video is definitely for you, and I think that it'll be very helpful for you. So let's go ahead and dive right in. All right, so the first thing I wanted to say or address, the things that you should know before getting locks, would be what type of locks you want. That was something that I had to figure out, and I had no clue of like sister locks and MICROLOCS. So I was just looking at traditional locks and freeform locks, and just trying to like get a grasp like on what they are. So you want to know like what type of locks you want, whether it's freeform, traditional, MICROLOCS, sister locks. What type of locks are going to work for you in your lifestyle? How do you want your locks to look? Do you want them to look very like maintained, clean, neat all the time? Or do you like freeform where they just grow freely out of your scalp? All locks are beautiful to me, but you know, what suits you best? Like what suits your personality best? What suits your personality best? That's what you want to know. One thing that I would basically recommend in order to figure this out is going onto YouTube, of course, but one of my personal faves is going to Pinterest and typing in locks. You can see so many different types of locks. You can see long locks, short locks, thin locks, thick locks, all these different types of locks, all the curly locks, straight locks. Literally you'll be inspired, and it will help you with your decision, you know, in your decision making on what type of locks you're trying to choose for you. And it'll just basically, I mean, because you'll be able to envision how they would probably look on you. It's kind of like a template, I like to say, like a template, like, you know how you see people with a hairstyle, you're like, oh, that hairstyle is cute, I think I want to like try that. So you'll kind of like get the feel. You'll be able to see people who have your same shape of a face, or the same like if your hair is thin, or if you have thick hair, you'll be able to see people that have thick hair, have thick locks, and how they sit on their head, how they look in styles, all these different things. So it's like endless. And I think Pinterest is a great way to start, because I literally get so many ideas from Pinterest, y'all, it's ridiculous. But let's go ahead and move to number 2. And number 2 would Maintenance, y'all. Maintenance. This is something that I think that a lot of people, sometimes you forget, like, okay, the maintenance part. Now you have two, you could have three, but I put down two. You can either get a loctician, or you can self-retie or self-maintain your locks yourself. Or if you have a friend that will hook you up, sister or something that knows what they're doing, you could do them. But I'm just gonna keep it down to the two. So a loctician and self-retie or retwist. And the thing is too, what are you going to do? So how are you going to maintain these? Are you going to do palm rolling, or are you going to do interlocking? And then if you have palm rolling, palm rolling is just the technique of where they twist from the root, and then they palm roll it all the way down. And then you have interlocking, where it's actually locking the hair within itself. And I'm going to do an in-depth video on this. It'll be coming soon. Y'all will see it. But interlocking, you have 3 different types. And this is something that I myself had to research, because I was like, oh my goodness, do I need to get palm rolling? Do I need to get this? And the reason I chose interlocking is because of my lifestyle. I like to move around. I have a very active lifestyle. So I know that palm rolling wouldn't hold up in my scalp, basically. I know I'll just sweat it right out, and that'll be it. So with interlocking, there are 3 different types. You have 2-point rotation, 3-point rotation, and 4-point rotation. So I would highly suggest that you check those out, and because those are the different types of interlocking styles that you have for locks. And I've seen them even like done, because a lot of times people think it's just for MICROLOCS. You can do them on regular size locks as well. I actually know someone who does that, so which is pretty dope. So yeah, those are kind of the options you have from what I've researched. Those are the only 2. So I mean, well, 2 altogether, because it's interlocking and palm rolling. So let's just go ahead and move. Oh, and then I'm gonna go to like a little sub category within the maintenance. Now with the maintenance and the money with the retie, with the retwist. Now if you have a loctician, you're gonna have to pay them money to do your hair, because guess what? You need your hair done, and they need their money. They put in their time into it. They're gonna make sure that they hook you up. It's gonna be nice and neat. It's gonna look amazing, especially if you have the correct, like a really nice loctician who's very skilled at what they do. Their work looks basically flawless, and they take care of their customers basically. And then for retwist, if you're gonna do retwist or retie, you just have to consider like the time. And mainly I say like maybe the time when it comes to like a retie with the interlocking, because it is time consuming, and it's time consuming when it comes to, for my head, especially because I have MICROLOCS. So you definitely want to think that through, sis, if you're gonna get if you're gonna want to self-maintain them, because I'm doing it now, and I'm just up here on this part right here. This is where I am. But let's go ahead and move to number 3. Flip my page over. So number 3 is, one thing that kind of caught me off guard was the terminology. Make sure you learn the Loc terminology. You don't want to be out here lost and you watching videos and people talking about budding and bunching and snake tongue and all I forgot. I think it's called snake tongue or the dragon tongue. I don't know, but I think that's what it's called. I know what it is. It's basically when your hair is splitting and it has to be repaired, because that can't happen. But that's what happened to me. I really wasn't familiar with all of the Loc terminology that's out there, and I had to like go and educate myself, sis. I had to go and research to figure out what these words meant and what it meant for my hair and what my hair was doing. Am I experiencing any of this? So it's best to familiarize yourself with the Loc terminology. There are plenty of videos out there, especially on YouTube. And like I said, you can also go to Pinterest. Pinterest has a lot of good information as well. And sometimes it even links back to a YouTube channel. So that I definitely will suggest. And yeah, make sure you know your Loc Terminology. Study, sis, study. Let's go ahead and move to number 4. So number 4 is the last thing to know that I think that's important to know. All these are based off of me, what I thought that I should know before getting locks. Which is, I put patience and endurance, because you have to have patience with locks. I remember when I first did my entire head, I was so excited and so happy, and I'm still excited and still happy. But I think like maybe like after 3 weeks, I started experiencing shrinkage, and I was just like, oh my gosh, it shrunk like a lot. So it just comes with it, but it was still cute though. But you know, for some reason you want to have that hang time, you know, it's cute or whatever. But you know, it is what it is. But I had to learn that, you know, it's a process. It's something that you just have to endure though. And I feel like patience and endurance go hand in hand. Like you can't endure anything without patience, and you can't have patience without enduring anything. So it's like something that's just like a beautiful journey. Enjoy your lock journey. Make sure that you are like taking pictures, you know, so that way you can measure and see the growth and the change within your locks. Because sometimes you might feel like it's not growing, it's not this, it's not doing that. But in all actuality, it actually is growing. You know, and just enjoy it and dress it up. Dress your hair up. Make sure you're keeping it clean. Just, you know, all these different things. And that's, to me, that kind of goes all the way in, like with the patience and enduring with your locks and stuff like that. Because in the long run, you're going to be so happy, and then you're going to look back and you're going to see those photos and be like, oh my gosh, I cannot believe that it grew so far. But it's right now, it probably seems so far-fetched for you to think that it will be down here when it was just here. You get what I'm saying? So you got to be patient in this journey. Just like when we had loose natural hair, we had our little short TWAs, and you know, we hitting month 6, we 6 months now. All of a sudden we a year, we can put it in the poof. We got our little tiny poof. That's exactly how we have to be. It's no different. It's just maybe less maintenance and more hair freedom, but you still have to love on your hair and trust it and embrace every stage. Basically embrace every stage of it and love it. You know, yeah, just love your hair, love it, and be patient with it. It'll grow, y'all. It will grow. As long as you're taking care of it and you nourishing it like you should, it will grow. So yeah, y'all, that was all I had. That's all I had for today. Those were the 4 things to know before getting locks. I hope this video was super helpful. If I missed anything, y'all, please put it down below. If you have locks, put down something that you know people should know before getting locks. Let us know what people should know before getting locks, especially if I missed something. Like I said, these 4 were based off of my experience. I'm about to come up on my 3 months, but I have MICROLOCS, and I just wrote down some things that I really should have, things that I made sure that I knew, or some things that I didn't really know. Like I knew what type of locks I wanted to get. Well, no, I did not right off the bat. I knew I wanted to get locks, but I didn't know that I wanted to have MICROLOCS, because I was just looking up traditional locks, and then I ended up finding MICROLOCS. But yeah, like I said, I hope you all enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to like my Instagram. When I'm not on here, I am on Instagram, and I am posting about my locks. I'll even do outfit of the day. And yeah, I hope to see you all in my next video, and Shalom.